Here we go. We actually made it. The moment we've all been... Yep. Okay, let's do this. Raise a glass and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4... Fuck, are you kidding me? Whatever. You know how it goes.
Welcome back to the first of the year, to the city that never sleeps. Welcome back home. It's been 4 years since we last saw natural slumber, and one since our city's population turned bloodshot. What is Bloodshot? A mobile minefield, a slop show game of duck, duck, goose, a countdown expired. And what causes Bloodshot? Fuck if I know. No sleep, anxiety. I'm still here. But I know that I didn't believe in God until I saw it firsthand, really saw it. Not the gory aftermath, not the blood-splattered floors, organs dripping from the walls. That's the part you see in photographs, the fathomable. Yeah, I'm talking about the shit that doesn't render. A good man losing everything in real time. Becoming strange, becoming feral, the whole entire apocalypse unfolding in his eyes, and soon those eyes were bulging, roaming, in mutiny against their sockets, jerking limbs, bones retaliating against their flesh. A corporeal system betraying its well-honed socialization. All I could do was witness. I now believe in God because I see him in absentia. Still, I can't help but wonder if Bloodshot is freedom. We are bound by talk of liberation from all of this and everything that came before, but what if we could find a place where the rules had never existed? A place made for us. Here people explode once every 49 minutes. I watch as the city around me turns to a bloody slush. The makings of our humanity revealed in their bare parts, the primordial, the clay. Let's show them what we're made of, the leaders say. Let's show them who we are. But what we're made of is sadder, sorrier than any burst body. This is who we are, detached and unmended, hideous, in hiding, a society of parts unused. And yet, we carry on. We have coped the only way we have ever known how, whipping up a bright side and hawking that bright side in gift guides, gratitude seminars, and of course, the potions, procedures, and prescriptions, all guaranteed to keep the bloodshot away. Or your money back. Of course, splattered bodies can't get rebates, so the liars line their pockets, the poor get poorer, and the rich get scammed. At least that's something. A pop star who sounds like all the others has released a song called Don't Eat the Red Snow, and it has been at the top of the charts for 5 weeks straight. The silver lining? It's soaked in blood. But I guess the window washers are doing well. Crime's seeing cleanup, too, provided they haven't burst themselves. A lot of them have. RJ was just the first. I got a promotion. 4, actually. The sergeant, the lieutenant, the captain, and the major all exploded. So, I'm the major now. As of yesterday. I'd celebrate, but celebrations feel a little gauche nowadays. And besides, not that it's anything new, but I'm tired. They say the city's dead. If you ask the city, she'd disagree. So long as you caught her while she was sober enough, steady enough to hear you. But tonight is New Year's, and she is, well, can you blame her? After a year like that one, she tries to muster a little enthusiasm, a little optimism for the old lang syne. So when her telephone rings, screen flashing with numbers that she does not recognize, she answers like a chump. Bella Marjorie speaking. The voice on the other line is like summer honey on a hot day, sweet, thick, and dangerous. It pulls my receptors from the deep as if they're lost cargo, waterlogged, unsalvageable.
Happy New Year, Bella Marjorie. Don't let it be your last.
Sorry. Who is this?
The you you're meant to be. Aspirational and perhaps impossible. For you did not start your year with half a chance. No, you start your year in a room that spins, with poison in your hand, and poison in your lungs, and poison in your pocket. You start your year surrounded by strangers who are likely just as sick as you, who too think that they are on the verge of their best selves. Tonight, we'll make promises you cannot keep. Tonight you will pledge allegiance to a crystal ball. Tonight you are ashamed. Tonight you set the bar too high. I'm here. I'm listening. Do you really think you can survive another year?
So much for that optimism. This one's for you, RJ. This one's for us. Soon might be sooner than you think.
Are you having trouble sleeping? Do your thoughts about the future frighten you? How much time have you wasted in the last 12 months? How's your savings account doing? Oh, right. The bank shut down your savings account. Have you started your taxes? Do you still believe they're doing any good? Aren't they supposed to protect you and those you love? When did murder become so easy? When did death become an item on the dessert menu? Something you didn't necessarily come out here for, but maybe you'll cheat a little and give it a try. And when humanity is rescued from all of this, if humanity is rescued from all this, should you really be among the saved? Why do you deserve to be saved? Are you an awful person? Are you an awful person? Are you?
Cut! Baby girl, that's not the script. I mean, is that the script? I don't think that's the script. You stick to the script.
Maybe I don't want to stick to the script. Maybe the script's the stick that stuck.
Yeah, Bailey, sunshine. This is sunshine. After dark, how about a little relief?
How about it?
You got listeners tuning in from across the 5 boroughs, and even some from the Nutmeg State. I mean, who even knew the Nutmeg State even had any problems? I mean, all that nutmeg.
Everyone's got problems.
Yeah, and I got you. Bailey, you got one job. You take the calls, you make the callers feel better, and you talk them off the ledge before they go BS.
That's 3 jobs.
And you should count every one as a blessing. You seen the unemployment rate?
110%.
And how? Consider this your final warning. 2 minutes. You pack it in, you pack it up, or you can pack your bags.
Tell me something, Pip. How much money did we make last year doing this show?
Too much to stinking count. So much that our bank account took out a trust in his own name.
And we carry on as if this is fair.
Jeez, Bailey. I mean, do you have to... Jeez. Okay, we're just here doing what we do best. sussing out the sad, sad stories to be suckled by the leeches. So why don't you save it for the leeches? You just keep that bleeding heart warm and bloody for them.
Whatever you say, Pip. Say, Pip, how's your wife?
On the morning of January 1st, I am in possession of a headache that could kill a small mammal. I smoke it off, guzzle a pot of coffee, and down too many aspirin, so I can be ready for my first job of the new year. New shitty year. Same shitty cases. When my phone rings, sweat blooms on my palms and I hesitate before looking at the screen. But it isn't the voice from last night, which, in my recovering state, I can't help but feel was somehow familiar.
Hello, Major Bella Marjorie speaking.
It is TCPD's newest hire, Officer Clarissa Roth.
Detective Marjorie. Captain Marjorie. Major Marjorie.
What is it, Roth?
There's been, another report of, an exploded person. Happened about 15 minutes ago, or I guess more like 16 minutes ago.
16 minutes? What took you so long?
Well, I'm sorry, Major. It's just, it took you a while to pick up.
Where'd it take place?
It's in over the river. North over the river. You been there much? I go for the flea market. Well, I used to before. It's actually not only a flea market. There's all kinds of bugs, really. Crickets, cicadas. I heard this year was going to be a big one for the locusts, but even the locusts aren't coming out.
Roth!
Roth is new. Not one of the 110%, even though she probably should be.
You were saying?
Locusts, bugs, fleas. Over the river.
The victim.
Right. The victim was a minor, Major.
How young?
17 months. Happened at a playground.
When I arrive at the playground in North over the river, there is a bloody stain that blossoms from the center of the sandbox. A woman sits nearby, perched upon a tire that hangs from a wooden beam. She holds a leash that leads to bloody nothingness. What would cause a baby to explode? I approach the woman. She tells me her name.
Vianetta, like the cake.
The ice cream cake from the freezer section?
Frozen is charged. Are you a cop or a priest?
Do I look like a priest?
You don't look like a cop.
I take it as a compliment.
There's nothing for you here. The birds have already picked her away.
Your baby. She nods. A frigid nod.
I imagine she's in a better place. Imagine her in the belly of 100 sparrows flying high. Do you believe in the afterlife, Major?
I have no reason to.
Do you have a reason to not? My father believed in reincarnation. One day he died, drowned in the shower. My mother remarried. It was him. Sure, in a different body, with a different name, but he picked up right where my drowned daddy left off. You can't tell me it wasn't him in a new form. He knew exactly how I like to be touched. Life is over and over and over again. I'm glad for my baby. Scattered, so she doesn't have to be who she was doomed to be.
Burst bodies, tap horrors from the survivors, stains in the fabric that never quite come out. I send the lock to Biomed, bid Vianetta farewell, good luck, and, oh, if you, need someone to talk to.
I got Bailey Sunshine.
I taste the swill from last night rising in my throat.
You know, Bailey Sunshine? The suicide hotline.
The death doula?
So you're not a believer?
I have my reasons.
Bailey Sunshine's all the air I need.
And then she turns away, suddenly looking at ease and comfortable in her own skin, and says to me,
I hope you find your peace.
My peace. What peace is there to find? I try not to let it get to me. I'd like to think that it was her, not me, who wanted an ear, needed an ear, but I miss my friend, RJ. Strange as he was, nobody stranger.
Two of a feather.
That's what the chief used to say about us.
Darkness and her shadow. How's the beat, Major?
Bad as it ever was.
You should take a vacation. You must have what? 4 weeks?
44, actually.
Wow, that's a lot of margaritas. I'm taking off. Going to Kokomo with my family. You ever been?
To the Poconos?
No, Kokomo. Off the Florida Keys, there's a place called Kokomo. That's where you want to go to get away from it all. Bodies in the sand. Tropical drink melting in your hand. We'll be falling in love to the rhythm of a steel drum band. Down in Kokomo.
I don't think that Kokomo's a real place.
And they don't have any cases of this Bloodshot BS there either. Perfect place for a family. Think I'll try and book us out of sandals.
I don't think that sandals is real.
You'd better get that. It's been 48 minutes.
But not 49.
Darkness. Dark as dark can be. Shadow or not?
I hesitate before I answer, but I recognize this number. The voice on the other end always takes me by surprise.
Bella!
Ever since RJ went Bloodshot, Victor Pistachio has called me once a week, always with an invitation, always to his birthday party.
It's just that my last one was subpar. And so I'd like a do-over.
Every week.
I'm not getting any younger.
Every Saturday.
It's this Saturday night at my penthouse. Just an intimate gathering. Baxter. You remember Baxter and Barry? You remember Barry and Breton?
Britain Belvedere, heir to the Belvedere brand frozen peas, exploded last Saturday.
Breton. Breton can't make it. He sends his regards. Please, Bella! Please!
I always say no.
You always say no, and I'm beginning to think.
No, I like you just fine, Vic.
Of course you do. I know that, love, but I'm worried about you. I need you to let me in. I want to help. Please, Bella. Please come tomorrow night.
I think better of it. I really do. I don't like parties. I really don't like Victor's friends. But just then, my phone begins to shudder in my hand. Another call, another line, an unknown number with no digits on the screen. I'm frozen.
Please, Bella. Please.
It rings.
I know it's your night off.
Finally, my phone is still.
Bella? Are you there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Saturday, you said? I'll be there.
I am rattled. Cold. My hands are shaking. I'll be no good at the wheel, so I decide to take the bus. Beneath the shelter there is a man who looks 200 years old, ancient, stooped, but proud beneath the armor of woven merit badges, worn, faded, and frayed, some for things like blacksmithing and stalking, which feels wrong. I notice him noticing me, trying not to notice him. He smiles, toothy, like knives.
Hi there, Miss Ma'am. I hate to interrupt, but cigarettes aren't good for you.
Aren't you a little bit old to be selling cookies or whatever it is you guys do?
Never too old to prepare young people to make ethical and moral choices.
Such as?
Helping grannies cross the street. Plucking cats out of too tall trees. Putting a nickel in the parking meter for your neighbor. Not eating pies out of windowsills and telling truths about the trees you've chopped down. And telling young ladies not to smoke. Smoke and kill.
I open my mouth to say something that will placate this old man, but the voice that speaks is not my own.
So can talking to strangers, looking at someone in a way that they don't like, trying to help change a flat, going out for a run, going out for a walk, going out to a club, or staying home for the night, asleep in your bed, or just trying to do the right thing, or taking the same dumb risks that he does because you think, hey, we're all in this together, aren't we?
He chuckles. It sounds like boiling tar.
I'm together whenever I can be. I once joined a racquetball league. I once joined a club. Kinda like a gentleman's club. Great uniforms. And oh, the expeditions. The hunts. I got pretty good at swinging my ropes up in the trees. Even learned how to whittle my own torch. I even did the thing where you have on your earphones and you're all just dancing. Together. But no one can hear anyone else's sound. No one can hear anyone else's shouts. You look like a bunch of knocks, but it's nice. Doesn't it sound nice? Same as why we take the bus. The bus is what connects us. Here in the liminal space. We all take the bus eventually.
Where's your scoutmaster, old man?
On his way.
I decide to walk instead. It is a fast walk. I'm lying. It is a run. I feel uneasy on the street, empty but for the shadows and my imagination flinging worries in my head like they're fresh dough. The voice that is not mine booms in my ears. Bailey Sunshine. But why? I do not listen to her show. It is too close. And yet it's her, unmistakable her, haunting my brain and my bones, and now 44 missed numberless calls on my phone. I walk. I picture bodies exploding like fireworks in the sky. I picture the shores of Kokomo. I picture mourning doves carrying me with tender beaks into the sky before dispersing to 100 different lives, 100 different voices. I do not know how to pray, but as I approach Victor's block on the street named for the Pope. I try. At last, I arrive at Victor's. The only thing worse than a big party is a small one. The kind where you're stuck with the host. The kind that takes place in one room. Takes place in one room because Victor hasn't cleaned up from the last party that took place here a week ago. The one where Britain Belvedere met his end. He says,
I was so despondent it didn't go well that I fell into a deep ennui until I realized I could throw another bash. So I got to work planning and never looked back.
Always look ahead of you, right?
It's not polite to lurk in errors of the past.
Or doorways.
Well, especially not doorways.
Especially not bathroom doorways.
It's as they say, shit or get out of my doorway.
And so we're in Vic's bathroom. To be fair, it's a big bathroom, with mirrors on the ceiling and a fireplace that burns green flames. The tub is filled with bottles of champagne and vermouth, which Vic's two other guests drink straight. And Vic presides from his porcelain throne. When he laughs, which is often, his elbow jabs the flusher, and the room fills with a rush of sound that, for a moment, drowns out everything in the whole entire world.
I believe that is your telephone, love.
Who could you possibly need to talk to that isn't in this room?
I don't even know anyone who's not in this room.
I'll positively die if I do not find out who is not in this room.
I prefer not to answer, but the drunker of Vic's two friends pries my phone from my hand.
Oh, put it on speaker!
I'm putting it on speaker.
You've been out running. Running out, dear Marjorie. Tell me in your own words, what are you running from? There's no one left behind you. Mother gone, father gone, brother, sister, partner gone, your dog gone. So the path before you is wide open, with no plans beyond what a voice on the other line instructs you to do tomorrow. And the day after that, 1,500 days of longing, 19,000 hours of longing. It seems you're on a loop. What do you chase? What do you hunt? What do you pursue? Who's there left to run towards? What happens if you finally stop running?
I hang up the phone. I actually fling the phone so hard that it shatters the glass in Victor's vanity. I expect the idiots hanging off the marble to be disappointed, but when I look at them, they are eruptions on the tile. Blood sprays from pulpy trunks. Their blood blotches the ice, coats the mirror, coats my face. I do not know how this happened. When this happened. Victor?
This happens every week! Why must it happen every week? I just want to have one decent Saturday night!
Maybe it's the blood in my mouth. Maybe it's the vermouth. I lose my fortitude. I feel my feet throw me out of the bathroom, out of the apartment, into the elevator, and down into the street. My phone is ringing. It is Roth.
Detective, Lieutenant, Marjamain. Fuck. There's been 2 Bloodshot incidents reported on Post Street. Get this, at the penthouse of...
I hang up. My brain is pounding. I haven't seen it live. I haven't seen it live before. I haven't seen it, certainly haven't tasted it, haven't heard the sound. I am running. I am running exactly as she said. My phone is ringing. It's the chief.
Major! We booked. Vacation, here I come. Did you know that kids eat free if I refer a friend? So tell me, are you gonna take it slow, or what?
I hang up. My lungs are on fire. My lungs are on fire and burn with every breath I take. This can't be what it feels like. This can't be how it ends. My phone rings. It's RJ.
Margie.
RJ?
Keep going. Keep running. The rules never existed, so don't let them in. Don't let them in.
I do. I don't. I run. I can't keep running. I run. I run until I run out. I run until I run into... I find myself in a place on the outskirts of anywhere I've been. Anywhere I've known. Maybe I've gone bloodshot too. Do bloodshot people reach for their phones? And then I realize my phone. I don't have my phone. Who has called me if I don't have my phone?
And just then, I run into myself.
Why me?
Why you? How about how not you yet?
I don't have time for you. I have work to do.
Your cases? They're all already dead. You can't save them any more than I can.
You don't save them.
I said they're all already dead. You can't save a dead man. The best you can do is revive him. That's why I'm here.
I am not dead.
Are you sure?
10, 9, 8, 7. Hey, it's a bar, not a bed. You missed it.
What? I missed... What? What?
The countdown? It's a new year. Happy crappy new year. It's alright. Feels just like the last one. No better, no worse. At least we made it, right? I mean, sort of.
I am almost afraid to think. For fear that my voice will not be mine, but it is mine. And I am back at the bar. And I am back in myself. I check my phone. It is in my pocket. I check my drink. It is water. I check for my heart. It is...
Look, you want a refill? It's not free.
It's the 1st of spring. Springtime is wasted on a sleepless city. With eyes wide open, we witness every churning struggle of nature. Trees that cling to their dry leaves, possessive as a second-time lover of the dead weight from seasons past. Starlings whose nests perch too precariously and now lay scattered. The skull of a baby bird that has embossed and crusted on the concrete. Another worm lives. I've missed the shock of overnight crocuses, rowdy in their bright pubescence, life in bloom where death once was. With eyes wide open, we see no miracles. Everyone says it's only a matter of time until we find a cure, until we find a cause, until it's over and we return to normal, and then everyone returns to believing nothing matters at all. You know, I used to believe in life after death. I only stopped because the thought of another life after this one seemed too cruel. Besides, death is not before or after me, but beside me on the track. She has kept pace with every day I have lived, listening for my every hesitation, every second guess, my every doubt for my release, like a trapper in a dark wood. I dared not breathe, but now I breathe. I dared not bleed, but now I bleed. I dared not live, but now it is my proof that she is not beside me, before me, or after. She is me. Bartender, a coffee, please. You want one, sunshine? Make it a double. Hey, I love this song.
Telling you no, boy, don't be out.